Norfolk is one of 3 communities in Virginia where African American women experience a high percentage of low birth weights, late-term miscarriages, infant deaths, and births to teenage mothers. The Loving Steps Healthy Start program provides a host of free services to Norfolk residents. Lily Smith is an outreach and community development specialist, and she has invited a current client, Dorinda Land, and a previous client, Katrina Freeman, to share their experiences with the program. Thank you for taking the time to do this, because talking to the real people involved always makes a difference. And so we appreciate you being open about this. Lily, this program has been around for a while, but not everybody knows about it. So we wanted to provide the opportunity for you to tell them what the program does.
Yes. Yes, the program has been around since 1997, as a matter of fact, in the city of Norfolk. And what we do is provide case management services for pregnant women who live in the city of Norfolk. They have community health workers, as well as a nutritionist and a nursing care coordinator who follows them in their home, in the convenience of their home, to provide education and information, connecting them to referral services in the community to help them to help with their pregnancy, as well as we follow them up to 2 years after the birth of their baby to assist them and connect them to those needed services as well.
Great. So you not only get a little prep, but you get follow through, and that finding those kinds of services, I imagine, Dorinda, can be a challenge to anybody. This has helped you?
It has. Loving Steps program came into my life when I was pregnant. I now have a 6-month-old baby, and they were instrumental in just kind of making sure that my schedule fit their schedule and vice versa. They would curtail different plans directly for me in my life. I appreciated that they were able to accommodate me. If I was not feeling well, they could schedule different times to come out and make sure that mommy and baby are doing well. Sometimes they brought gifts and treats. Those were the funnest parts, of course. And even not that services that were necessarily set up for me were transportation services if in fact I wasn't feeling well, or different events and activities in the communities, such as groups and forums and share programs that would allow me to meet with other women like myself. So
it's nice to know they exist. You probably didn't know that they did, right? Or where to start.
I didn't know where to start, so I appreciate the map.
Yeah. Okay, so it does offer a map in a sense, Katrina, and you have had the experience of working with Loving Steps, and it's been beneficial for you and your children.
Yes. I was a client about 5 years ago. I was pregnant with my son, whose name is Ethan. He's now 5. At that time, I had, when I had him, I had found out that I had some complications in my pregnancy, and I had to deliver him early. So he was a child in the NICU, and I had the support of Miss Lily and her staff the whole entire time, visiting and making sure that my other 2 children were adequately taken care of. So they provided a lot of support for myself as well as the children. They made sure that they had diapers, milk, any necessities that the children need. They made sure that they would provide that for us, as well as transportation backwards and forward to see my son. So it's been a very long journey, but we're very thankful for the Loving Steps program.
Well, it has got to have been a tremendous relief to know that things are being taken care of that are focused on your needs and your children's needs. So I imagine that sense of relief is something you experience quite a bit.
Yes, we do. Often we see other clients that we've helped during the times and in the community, maybe at their jobs or whatever, and when we met them, they were unemployed or they weren't attending school, and now they're in college or have completed their GED program. So it's very rewarding when we see the children doing well. Facebook, everybody's on social media. So you have families that you see on Facebook that are just doing great, and we're so proud of it.
How did you find out about the program?
Well, actually, there was a network of friends who had actually been involved with the program before, who recommended car seat for one, because we were thinking, how are we going to, afford every part that comes with being a mom or being a dad? And so when we heard about the referral program, there were different things like pack and plays and car seats and different items of clothing that I just otherwise wouldn't have known about.
Yeah, yeah. And I imagine that you had similar realizations.
Yes, I was actually in the shelter when I met Miss Lily and Loving Steps, and they didn't know right off, and I expressed that to them. So they really helped me a lot get to where I am, because now I'm actually working as an advocate in the shelter. So, and I got that push from them. You know, they help you to believe in yourself and to have good self-esteem, because that's really hard when you're going through the program, and they do help, as she mentioned, in going to the classes that they have. You know, you're able to be there and you're able to get that support from everyone that's going through what you're going through. It may not be the same situations, but we're able to encourage each other. So I'm grateful. My journey has been a successful one, because I'm doing a lot for my community, as Ms. Lily has been doing for me and the community in Norfolk.
Great. So this really does sort of support the whole idea of follow up and follow through, because you're there with people every step of the way.
Yes, yes, we
I guess
are.
that's why they call it Loving Steps.
That's
huh?
right.
So is there anything new on the horizon for Loving Steps?
Absolutely. We've just started a fatherhood initiative this year.
Great.
Where we realized the fact that in order to be able to help the family, we have to help the whole family.
Yeah.
And there are men involved, of course, with families, and we need to provide services for them as well. You know, of course, we need to provide those services for the moms because they need the support and things like that. But you know what? Men need support as well. And so one of the things that we're offering, we offer a weekly meeting with our men's group, which is called the Greater Impact Men's Group, every Wednesday over at Park Place.
All right.
And we're looking towards now to having a fatherhood breakfast in the month of March of 2016, as well as a summit in the month of June of next year.
All right.
So we're really working together to get those plans together. And also, we also have another initiative called the Norfolk Action Partnership, which is a consortium of various programs in the community. And what we're looking to do is to find ways to reduce the infant mortality and infant morbidity. And so we have the partners together. You had some of the guests on earlier today with the Community Health Medical Center, as well as different various organizations such as Catholic Charities and such, to come together and look at how we can work together to reduce those infant deaths.
And we will talk about that on another show. There's lots more.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Appreciate
you
you
for
sharing,
having
and
us.
thank you for joining us. We'll see you again next time.